Knapp pitched a beautiful game, and we knew exactly what we were facing, and that fastball's tricky. There seemed to be two different fastballs in play. I think the delivery deception is also a factor, and it's a very quick release behind his ear. It's well done. I mean, he moves it around. You're getting to both sides of the plate, not a lot in the middle. The secondary pitches are enough to get you off of some of those fastballs. And the guys worked hard to prepare for it, but you can see why he's whatever he is now, 11-0. It's tough. And when you pitch with a fastball like that, and you play that kind of defense, they didn't give us many opportunities to cash in. And we stacked our mistakes in 2 innings. Like when you have the hit by pitch and the walk, and we don't cover, and more of that, and the extra base hit and a home run, and we don't get the guy out, Kinnear comes in. It's stacked, and it really was a 2-inning stack that they created, and we helped. And good teams will find ways to deliver, and they did. I thought Chase's play was unbelievable. There was a lot to unpack there. He crashed, and the first thing is you want the guy to get up, and then he jumps up and throws it. It seemed like everything evolved so quickly, but whether they tagged or didn't tag, the replay clip we had as it was going, they may have tagged at least the guy at second base. So good play. I thought the double play we turned late in the game was beautiful by Thoreau, but they played a better game. And when you're in this situation, these teams are this solid. When you give a talented team opportunities to cash in, you need to be prepared for the fact that they can do it, and they did it tonight. I thought Jamie's secondary pitches were very good. I thought his slider might have been as good as we've seen it. He didn't have a tremendous feel for the fastball, and we could tell that early on, and he never seemed to get through that part of the outing, and felt good with the slider, and the changeup was good, and he did mount some of the punch outs. Poor guy, it's not a natural reaction, and you think pitching it would be to get over there and cover, but that's something that he's going to have to grow through, because that should be a natural flow to try to get over there, even as a lefty. So they played the better game today.
The offensive progression, was that just kind of the game plan coming in with how many fastballs that now usually throws?
Well, yes, but there was a period of the game where we're making some early off-speed outs, and that was not part of it. Now, being fooled and not recognizing and making an off-speed out on something early in the count that is clearly not, the result would tell you it wasn't something you could really square up. We knew we had to be ready for the fastball, and at some point, we talked about, do you have to pick a half of the plate to try to take away something on one half or the other based on how you feel like you're being pitched individually and what you're seeing, what you feel like you can handle. And it's tough. Like, he's very good and moves that thing around really, really well. And the secondary pitches are enough. So the aggression, too aggressive at times, yes. Did you need to try to prepare and get ready for the fastball? 100%. Was it hard to calibrate? Clearly, yes.
How was Chase feeling after slamming into the wall like that?
He's okay. Like, it's the poor guy, and we've talked about it. I don't know how many people coach that kind of athlete in baseball where you're trying to almost find ways to keep them healthy and safe. He's okay. I mean, he was just like jolted. There wasn't anything specific.
Right.
It was just the impact overall. But he was okay. But the sliding, the running, the turns, the base running, hitting the bases, the walls, the things that come up when you're that dynamic are very unique. So we have to try to coach him and grow him through some of these things to try to keep him healthy, because he's battled like a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on for the guy, and he's played 20 games maybe, so we're trying, and he's trying. Like, that guy gives you all he's got, every pitch, every swing. I told you that. And he's going to try to run through the wall and through the bases and slide. It's an exciting guy to have. We just want to try to keep him healthy, and that's, when you play that hard, that's a tricky dimension to try to incorporate, but we'll get it.
On a crazy play like that, they're saying the guy on first tagged and advanced 2 bases too, or would it even matter? Because I don't think y'all threw to first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, to try to get the double play. Like, how does that?
They
something
said
like
they
that
tagged.
work? Okay, both of them.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's nuts. a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. But it kind of overshadowed what was an incredible play.
It did.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it was as good a play as you see. And the double play was too.
How good was it to get Holtz back out there tonight and just getting on the
We were trying in Cal, and it didn't quite line up. And as the game got to where it had put us, we felt like, okay, this may make sense. And it was beautiful to see him. Like, it's been a long time. I can't remember. You may know the last time he pitched. It's been a long time. And I thought that was as good as he's thrown this year. And everything checked out. Like, the metrics of the breaking ball checked out. It was good. And that was the end. Like, there was 15-20 was by far the most, and we were kind of right at that 15, and that was enough. We're going to need him. And when he spins that breaking ball the way he does, it's tough on everybody, and it's really tough on the lefties. And we haven't had it in a long time.
I feel like at times late in count that maybe a bit overshadowed by that ridiculous run Drew was on, but I think he's got a 15-game hitting streak tonight, had after hits tonight. I mean, when he and Drew are giving you the moments they have, what's that do to extend the lineup?
Huge. They're in the middle of it, and you know those guys are going to get opportunities in the middle to do things with runners on base. And you look at the progression and the maturity of the players as they go through. He got a little taste of it as a freshman, and now we're into the sophomore year. Are we starting to see him take some strides? Yes, we are, and that's good. And he knows what he's doing. There's some things at the plate that, like, he's got a plan, and now the next step is further execution of the in-game at-bat plan. So it's been good, and he's got some sneaky power to all fields. Like, he drives the ball to right, he holds the ball with some authority, and he's done some nice things at third. The play today, he or Miles, somebody to finish that one off. That was an unfortunate one, but yes, at the plate, much better.
As a guy that loves this sport, Knapp, I think he started at like Walter State. He had a 5 ERA in 23. He missed all of last year. What does it say about, just how impressive is it? How cool is it? I know it just happened against your team, but for somebody like that to have a season like this when he's been around for so long, to take that next step, and I assume it's a good teaching point for your guys. Maybe.
Well, yeah. The fastball command and the deception, some of the deception and the delivery and the arm action is a little bit of a gift and something you may have hard to create. But the usage of the fastball to both sides, and whether it's four-seamer or two-seamer, it sure plays like it is, and he uses both to both sides of the plate. And you have guys that go through injuries, and we've got guys going through it, and the rehab and the bullpens on the side and the stuff in the weight room and the stuff next door in the training room. It is mind-blowing how much time they spend to just get back where they can pick the baseball up and throw it. And I don't recall the injury, but we have guys going through that, and it takes a lot. And Holtz was a minor example of that, but even for him to go out there and function, there is an appreciation for the work that's gone into getting back, and clearly what he's gone through to be in the position he's in. Did a good job.
How beneficial would you say it was to just go through the preparation and play a guy like Knapp, even though it was a tough night offensively? What can you take away from that process, and how can you just shake this night off and start quick tomorrow?
Well, our talk in there was learning. Like, the preparation and what we saw going in was, you may not believe me, but was what we got. That doesn't mean it's easy. And so in-game, feel and calibration to today, it was the fastball. That could come up. It's come up a couple times. It just seemed like his command of it, there was this half or that half with the fastball. So how to use some of the things where you change your lane a little bit to find a way to barrel some of those pitches. There's a lot of strikes. It's hard to think you're taking through some of those at-bats. You're getting a lot of stuff in the zone. The secondary pitches, I think that's the biggest lesson, is maybe some of the early out at-bats on some of the secondary pitches are the ones that I hope they sink in tonight and then clearly flush. But you're right, something like that on the mound will face us again at some point.